There's Alzheimer's, there's lots of different neurological problems that affect a lot of people. So it could be a neurotransmitter deficiency, and neurotransmitters are made out of amino acids. So if we supplement, for example, an autistic child with the right amino acids that they specifically are deficient in, you can have a non-verbal child start speaking. You can see miraculous things if you just give the body what it needs. Miraculous things can happen. Okay, so that basically is the naturopathic part. So I'm gonna now go into the Oriental medicine and any other questions about any of the testing that I spoke about. Yeah. Okay. Talking about parasites.
Hello, and welcome to the wonderful world of healing with natural medicine.
Can we make the body
Dr
better?
Ahuva Gamliel, the naturopathic doctor and licensed acupuncturist, featured in this educational video. For the next few minutes, I will accompany you through the process of a visit to my office, a place that my patients describe as their happy place, a place that they
If you're very observant, you'll notice when they shoot in the treatment room, you'll notice the water moving because the ship was sailing.
At the onset of your initial visit, you will complete an intake form with your medical history, medication, and the reasons for your visit. After filling out the form, you will be escorted to your treatment room where I will ask you some questions about your health. Then the treatment will begin. The patient seen in this video is having acupuncture for plantar fasciitis, a condition that conventional medicine has little to
I had an
offer.
afro a couple years ago.
This patient was seen 1 year prior because she resides in Canada. At the time, she was suffering from severe heel pain while walking due to plantar fasciitis. After 3 treatments incorporating a topical Chinese herbal anti-inflammatory ointment, acupuncture, and an infrared therapeutic heat lamp, the pain was completely gone. At the time of this treatment, the patient reported that the results had lasted for 6 months. Because the acupuncture was so successful for her medically, she decided to explore the aesthetic application of acupuncture for facial rejuvenation. As you can see, the disposable stainless steel needles are inserted painlessly into the body. After having 4 AcuLift treatments, the patient reports that her skin feels more taut, she has increased muscle tone in her face, and significantly decreased sagging of the jowls. She, like many others, was surprisingly satisfied with the results. She hadn't expected it to work so well, but was very pleased that it did. At the conclusion of the half-hour treatment, the patient will receive an individualized treatment plan, which may include diet, supplement, exercise, home care, and/or lifestyle recommendations to promote self-healing. Written instructions will also be given on how to take any supplements prescribed. A super bill with diagnostic coding is available for patients who wish to submit a receipt to their insurance companies for potential reimbursement. Finally, follow-up appointments are scheduled according to each person's needs. Now that you have seen how relaxing, peaceful, and effective acupuncture is, I hope that any preconceived misconceptions of this wonderful healing art have been dispelled and that you are as eager to heal as I am to facilitate that process. I hereby invite and encourage you to discover your optimal health, beauty, and well-being with me, Dr. Ahuva Gamliel, your partner in natural healing.
So you can see here how the spa aspect is integrated, because this lady was having acupuncture for plantar fasciitis, which is a condition of the foot, but she saw that it was so effective and that it worked, so she was open to trying it for facial rejuvenation. And so how it works for facial rejuvenation is it stimulates the body's own collagen production. There's nothing in the needle. There are no injections there. The needles are solid, they're not hollow. I'm not putting any medicine in the body. Basically, we're just creating, a little micro tear in the muscle by putting the needle in. And then what that does is it stimulates the body's immune system to go in there and repair. And when it repairs, it helps to to stimulate the collagen production. So it can help to tighten the face, tighten the jowls, to reduce fine lines. You know, it's not going to be as dramatic or noticeable as Botox, of course, but Botox paralyzes the muscles, and people end up having that look where, you know, like their eyebrows are high and they look more plastic. You know, it looks artificial, and then they can't do the natural facial expressions like lifting your eyebrows and, you know, different things. It kind of like freezes up the face, and who knows what the long-term effects of Botox are. Botox is a botulism organism. It's basically injecting your body with a toxin. And maybe in 20 years of doing it every year, people could develop Alzheimer's, or, you know, long-term studies haven't been done to my knowledge about Botox or, you know, some of the conventional facelift procedures. But acupuncture is very subtle. It is effective. It would probably take maybe a course of 10 sessions, depending on how deep the lines are and how much work needed to be done. But it does stimulate the body's own abilities to rejuvenate and you know, make itself more youthful. So that's one option, is you can do the facial acupuncture for facial rejuvenation. Then there's also something that came out, I think it came out in Italy, but it's available here, which is homeopathic collagen injections. So it's not a filler, but it's also an injection of a natural, you know, safe, non-toxic homeopathic medicine, which also helps stimulate the body to produce more collagen. So you can do the same points that you would do for Botox, but with something alternative, something holistic, something natural, that's not going to have any long-term side effects that are unknown. Other things that can be done naturally to make the face more youthful is infrared. The infrared therapeutic heat lamp that I used on her foot can also be used on the face. That also helps with cellular regeneration and renewal. And, you know, when I was looking at this dry erase board, I remembered that when I was talking about cancer, I forgot to give you one more resource, which is amazing. And I want you to have it, so I'm going to backtrack for a second. Has anyone here heard of Dr. Brzezinski? No, he is a conventional medical doctor in Texas, and he has a huge both lab as well as clinic, and he is doing something that is called neoplaston therapy. So basically what he discovered is that people who had cancer had a deficiency of these neoplastons, which are natural nutritional factors, and that when they were supplemented with these neoplastons, they were able to get much better outcomes for their cancer treatment. And he treats the most aggressive types of cancers, such as brain tumors, and in order to get into his clinical studies, a person has to already have had like chemotherapy and it didn't work for them, and then they go to his study, and his success rates are far, far, far higher than conventional. I think part of the reason why, well, first of all, people don't know about it, but second of all, it can be very expensive, and I don't know if insurance covers it. So that might be, you know, a factor why people don't have this therapy. But if you go to YouTube and you type Dr. Brzezinski full documentary, there's actually 2 documentaries. They're about an hour or so each, or maybe 90 minutes. It's mind-blowing. Honestly, like, I saw it a couple of years ago, and I couldn't believe it. And the reason why I thought that it was mind-blowing, it was very eye-opening, because this gentleman dedicating like his life and career to helping cure basically like incurable cancers. And what happened was the FDA kept trying to shut him down, because cancer is a multi-million-dollar industry, you know, and they don't want competition, so to speak, because, you know, chemotherapy will cost a patient $10,000 a month to be on chemotherapy. Eventually, in many cases, the patient dies because the chemo kills not only the cancer, but it kills the person too. That's why the hair falls out. It kills all new cells. It doesn't target only the cancer cells. So a lot of people, their organs stop working and they die from the chemotherapy, not from the cancer. So Dr. Brzezinski has this, like, you know, he should be getting a Nobel Prize, but instead the FDA is like trying to put him in jail. And it shows you how he keeps fighting the FDA and fighting. They actually, one of his students tried to steal his patent for what he created, and the FDA tried to put him in jail so that they could patent his discovery, so that they could make money off of it. It's really crazy. Like, it makes my hair and my arms stand up. But if you watch it, you'll understand that health is a business, and when you start, you know, finding cures to incurable diseases, you become like a target of the FDA, who's supposed to be helping us and, you know, helping to keep our food and drugs safe. Well, there's a big conflict of interest, because whenever money and government and power and greed all come together, you know, it's not a good recipe. So when you have a chance, see the Dr. Brzezinski documentary on YouTube. I've only seen part 1, I haven't seen part 2 yet, but it will really help you to understand the politics of medicine. Okay, so now back to acupuncture. Okay, so some of the frequently asked questions are, does it hurt? Well, those acupuncture needles are like the breadth of a hair. They're nothing like the needles that are used to draw blood from the arm. The needles that are used to draw blood from the arm are hollow. Obviously, it means that the blood can come out. The needles that are used to do acupuncture are solid. They're much, much smaller and finer. So as you saw from the patient, like, she didn't even wince or anything. Like, even when I put them in her face, there was virtually no pain. Some people describe the sensation as like a mosquito bite or a pinch. Different people experience different things. It can also depend on the placement on the body. Like, wherever we have thicker muscles, like on the leg, it would not be as sensitive as, say, somewhere where it's mostly skin, like the ear, could be a little bit more tender. Has anyone here ever had acupuncture before? Oh, good. Do you mind sharing your experience? Did it hurt?
No, not at all.
No.
It's just like when we put the needles in, and I was laying on a table, and they just like left me for, I don't know how long. It seemed like a long time, but I was just like waiting. Like, it was probably like 10, maybe 20 minutes.
Did it help you?
Yeah, I went like every day for a week, and then this was when I was at college. So when I was home, and when I went back to college, I didn't it. So,
Okay.
yeah, it was good.
Was it a good experience? Great.
Yeah.
What about you?
It was a great experience. I just lay there, we took off the needles, and
Awesome. So to answer the question of the duration, usually the acupuncture visits are an hour and the needles are lifted for half an hour. And why it's half an hour is because it takes 28 minutes for your blood to circulate completely through your body. So acupuncture helps to move qi, which is your vital energy and blood. So a person is left to relax for half an hour, and usually put either relaxation music, dim the lights. It's like a very relaxing experience for most people. So I actually brought my needles here today so that you can experience it if you would like to. There's a point between the thumb and the index finger, right in the web of the hand. That's on the large intestine channel. And it's one of the so-called panacea points. Panacea means cure all. So there's the points on the hands, and there's 2 corresponding points on the feet. They help to circulate qi and blood. It creates like a figure 8 energy loop in the body, and everything circulates. And the idea is, the theory behind Oriental medicine is that illness, whether it's emotional, physical, any kind of imbalance in the health, comes from a stagnation of energy. So if your energy becomes stuck, then you start to feel not well. So this helps to move the energy. So that's why it can be used for many different things. It can be used for dental